What is your why for using instruments in early childhood group music sessions? Welcome to this week's video email. In many EYFS and Key Stage 1 settings, instruments are a familiar and welcome part of music time. Shakers, drums, bells, tambours, and even perhaps xylophones and glockenspiels are often introduced to add energy, variety, or excitement to a session. But beneath that familiarity sits a quieter question. What are we hoping children are learning when they pick up an instrument? Because instruments don't just make sound. They shape how children listen, how they regulate their bodies, how they join in or choose not to, how they experience shared space, shared time, and shared responsibility. The early childhood stage is a period of heightened musical sensitivity. Children are naturally responsive to rhythm, pitch, dynamics, and repetition, long before they can name any of these things. When children explore instruments, they are developing coordination and motor control, strengthening attention, memory, and pattern recognition, expressing emotion in non-verbal ways, and learning how sound relates to movement, effort, and intention. These experiences support language development, emotional regulation, and social connection, not as separate outcomes, but as deeply intertwined processes. In other words, instrumental play is already doing a great deal of developmental work. Of course, not all musical experiences are trying to do the same job. Sometimes instruments are there just for sheer delight, to explore sound, release energy, mark a special occasion, or to simply enjoy making sound together. A one-off workshop or enrichment session may, quite rightly, centre spontaneity rather than structure, and that matters. But in settings where children return again and again, week after week, instruments can also become something more. Familiar tools through which children learn how to listen, wait, respond, and play with others. Different moments call for different approaches. The value lies in noticing which is which. In many early years and Key Stage 1 settings, instrumental work is frequent but brief, or playful and unstructured, or used mainly to accompany singing. And this isn't a criticism. Most adults were never taught how to teach instruments developmentally, especially in young childhood group contexts. But it does invite a gentle reflection. If instruments are such powerful tools, how intentionally are we using them over time? Using instruments with young children benefits from us thinking about its purpose. Purposeful instrumental work can quietly support starting and stopping together, waiting, watching and listening, responding to visual cues and eye contact rather than voices, caring for instruments as shared, fragile objects, and understanding that music is something we create with others rather than alongside them. Over the coming weeks, I'll be sharing a short series exploring how developmentally appropriate, inclusive instrumental work can support children's musical thinking, regulation, and sense of belonging, without losing the playful and fun elements. For this coming week, I'll leave you with the question I started with. What is your why for using instruments in the early childhood group music sessions you offer? Many thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.